Hi, I'm Chris. I like to consider myself the objective geek. I say objective because I try and break a movie down into 6 different categories. Break down comedy, action, heart, plot, acting performance, and directing performance. And then depending on the genre of the movie, I assign weights to it. So for a superhero movie, like I'm reviewing today, Justice League, I like to give comedy 5% of the grade, action 20%, heart 25%, plot 20%, acting 15%, and directing 15%. So let's get into the review of Justice League. First off, comedy. I don't need a lot of comedy in my superhero movies, so I just gave it 5% weight. But let me tell you, surprisingly, Justice League has a lot of comedy in it. Flash does a great job of really adding a lot of levity to situations. I mean, which he should be. It's interesting because Ezra Miller is playing Barry Allen, but I feel like he's really channeling Wally West, which I love Wally West. He was my favorite Flash before the Flash TV show. But yeah, Ezra Miller plays it kind of like Wally West. Even Batman has a few laughs, Cyborg has a few laughs, Wonder Woman has a few laughs. There's laughs all around. And I have to say, I laughed out loud in a couple instances. To compare that to some other movies like Thor Ragnarok, where I chuckled pretty much all throughout the movie, I feel like Justice League has less laughs, but it has a few more bigger laughs. So for comedy, the grade I give Justice League would be a 7.5. It's not as funny as a comedy. It's not even close, but it's the funniest DC movie I've ever seen. All right, on to action. Justice League, without a doubt, is an action-packed movie. To compare it, it is a little less action than the Avengers. And I like the action more in Wonder Woman. And those I feel like are really high-ranked action movies. When it comes to action, I'm really looking for some great fighting and just some great broad action. Really, Wonder Woman, I think, delivers the most of that. Wonder Woman has a fight with Steppenwolf, which is just really great to see because Wonder Woman's strong. But not only that, she's a great hand-to-hand combatant. Possibly one of the greatest in the DC universe. Possibly the greatest in the DC universe. I argue Batman. This should be a better hand-to-hand combatant than Wonder Woman. And then Batman's action is great on the Batmobile. The Flash, see him use the Speed Force is just as good as watching the TV show. And there's some couple other surprises, I would say, that I don't want to spoil for you. So then heart. And what I really want to look for about heart in the movie is, does the characters or their actions resonate to me on an emotional level at all? For this, I weight superhero movies 25% heart. Heart means a lot. And to kind of put some of the movies that have a lot of heart in it, I would say The Dark Knight has a lot of heart. Guardians of the Galaxy has a lot of heart. Spider-Man 2 has a whole lot of heart, especially when you see him and the New Yorkers come together. And Justice League, I would say it really doesn't have all that much heart. I mean, it's serviceable enough. There's some great moments between two characters who are kind of reuniting. And then Wonder Woman does a good job with heart also, which is kind of the heart of the team. Oh, and The Flash. Gosh, I love some Barry Allen scenes. Because he's really, to me, he's the heart and soul of the Justice League a lot of times. So for Justice League, I was looking more for the heart and the emotion in there, but it's still serviceable enough that I would give it a 7 out of 10. So plot and story aspects, I weight 20% for a superhero movie. Now, to the gold standard in the plot of a superhero movie, probably The Dark Knight. That plot is rich and it's thick and it's just so much to chew on. Justice League is kind of your stereotypical superhero movie, and it's really liking that to the Avengers. Pretty much aliens attack, our heroes stop them. There's a little bit extra plot in there. I think where it weighs down is all of the just all the exposition that's throughout this movie. Now, you have one character who, let's see here, let's say these two. They meet, and she says, "Oh, Arthur Curry, the heir to Atlantis. You didn't know my mother. I would have died for your mother, but now you're the ruler. I don't want to be the ruler." Exposition. Or you have these two. "Oh, yeah, I was in an accident. Oh, yeah, I was struck by lightning. So we're the accidents, huh? Yeah, that's our backstory. Okay." Then you have Deadshot dead now. Yeah, these two, I know about Steve Trevor. Yeah, of course you know about Steve Trevor. Everyone's seen Wonder Woman. It's one of the greatest comic movies of all time. So, Justice League has a lot of exposition in it. So much that it kind of weighs down the story, and the story already wasn't that strong to begin with. So, for plot and story aspect of the movie, I had to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's serviceable enough. I would say story-wise, the character interactions are great. So that's good. And it kind of maybe outweighs the heavy exposition, but still, the story is just kind of bland. Next category is the acting. Another standard for great acting in a superhero movie would be The Dark Knight, of course. I mean, Heath Ledger won an Oscar for it. And not only that, but Heath Ledger completely outstaged some other great performances by Christian Bale and Aaron Eckhart. In this movie, no one's going to win an Oscar in this movie. No one's having to stretch their acting ability at all. It's kind of just people getting into the roles and doing what they need to do. It's serviceable. And for serviceable, I give a 7 out of 10. I'm not looking for much. If you just go in and do your job, when it comes to acting, you get a 7 out of 10. Now, the next category is directing. For directing, I assign a 15% weight. In directing, I'm kind of looking for just how the whole movie came together, whether that's the score, the editing, the pacing, just kind of how the whole movie just matches together. And I think this movie has a few issues. Some are nitpicks. I think the first 20 minutes of this movie are bad. There is an opening scene where they just play this music and it's kind of a monologue. I'm just like, why are they playing this song right now? Because one thing, it wasn't a good song, and you start the movie on a bummer. And then it kind of wants to introduce you to all the new characters, and so it kind of jumps around in the first 20 minutes. Gladly, after the first 20 minutes, the movie picks up, and you don't even realize how fast it's going until you know you got into the third act of the movie, which is obvious. I wish it wasn't so obvious. And so the movie just keeps going. Maybe that's because it's 2 hours, but it felt like it went really fast, so that's good. The other part of the directing that I like to look at is how did the director use the score. And in this movie, we have a new score, or an old score, depending on how you look at it, Danny Elfman, who's taking over duties for Hans Zimmer. And I would say I prefer Hans Zimmer a lot more to Danny Elfman. There's this scene, bank robbery scene, where Danny Elfman's score is so reminiscent of Batman Forever that it makes me cringe. Luckily, that scene is saved by Wonder Woman, both literally and figuratively. All right, to wrap it all up, comedy, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 on a 5% weight. Action, I gave it a 9 out of 10 on a 20% weight. Emotion, 7 out of 10 on a 25% weight. The plot, I gave 7 out of 10 on a 20% weight. Acting, 7.5 out of 10 on a 15% weight. And directing, a 7.5 out of 10 on a 15% weight. And the numbers come out to be 7.6 out of 10. So it's not bad. It didn't really get a C. And to me, 7.6, I'm pretty harsh with these reviews. It's a good score. It's a great score. Yeah, it's a good score. And put that in comparison, I gave The Incredible Hulk also 7.6 out of 10. And that is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I will say this, I think Justice League is a very rewatchable movie. I think it has wide appeal, way more mass appeal than pretty much any other DC movies besides Wonder Woman. I mean, there's something there for the whole family. There's action, there's comedy, there's not a lot of drama, but action and comedy can go a long way. And I think you can have some repeat viewings. So all, I had a good time. Objectively, I would say that it is a 7.6 out of 10, and it's a solid, good movie. Geek League-wise, I love the movie. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to see it at least 3 times in the movie theaters. I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray as soon as it comes out. I'm probably going to watch it at least 10 times in my life. I mean, because as a DC fan, and I am a DC fan, I mean, I love Marvel too, but I absolutely love DC, specifically Batman. It is all I need and all I wanted. So that's my review. Check you later.